Hello, this is Alex Holdritz doing my biweekly for March 26th. Um, I guess the main thing that I've been doing is doing the GitHub stuff, uploading the workflows or documentation or however you want to say it. Um, the Rosetta doc, Theo at least had a version up there that seemed to be solid. And then I added Theo's AlphaFold 3 guide up there. Like the main scripts, like the JSON files that are important for submitting stuff, and then the like S batch for kind of running the whole deal is up there. I think those are the big ones. The guide is on the README, all the pictures, figures are on there and stuff. And it's its own repository. It's not under the BindSmart umbrella. And then, so kind of my next step with that is to make like a quick guide, probably function as like a refresher or like, for someone who's used like AlphaFold 2 a lot or, that kind of thing. And then the more detailed guide will be useful for, people who haven't used AlphaFold and stuff like that. Um, that's what Joelle thought after I showed her. And then I also asked Theo about it, and he said it seemed to be good. So yeah. And then the other thing I got going on is URAF on April 11th, which is coming up very fast. Um, Decided to use the same data as just like the tiling paper, or like basically not try to make new data. Um, which would have potentially been like CA2 classification kind of thing, instead of just the regression that we have. Um, so yeah, probably just easier to do. Um, The poster, I outlined it. I am a little bit behind schedule from what I wanted in a perfect world right now. Um, so that outline content, I'd like to get reviewed either tomorrow, Thursday, um, or like by Monday or Tuesday, because I think realistically, um, I'm not going to get much done at least tomorrow and Friday night because I have a chem test that I got to deal with, which I'm not looking forward to. So I guess one of the bigger decisions about like either the content or the poster, or however you want to phrase it, is how I'm going to include the OT1B1 and the CA2 data. Because if I'm just gonna be a little lazy and just pull directly from manuscripts and papers and stuff like that, um, the OATP performance is in a figure, the CA2 performance is in a table, and then the kind of flip, like the orthosteric, opportunistic kind of sites that are highlighted. Um, the figure for that for OATP and for CA2 is like a different format, kind of like it just looks different. So if I were to just like barf it onto a poster, it would be hard to interpret, I think, potentially. So I got to find out what the ideas are with that. But I think the best things to highlight in the results would be the performance of it, and then those like kind of feature site uh format, or not formats, figures. And then other than that, spend a lot of time talking about how cool it is that we use the like the GNN with the ligands and the structures, and how exciting it is that we get to use AlphaFold 3 and molecular dynamics in the future to kind of get a better, I guess, performance, hopefully, from the thing. So yeah, the good news is a lot of the content has been written already. I don't have to do a lot of interpreting of my own raw results or really even making my own. results. So those action items, like I said, draft the poster hopefully by next Friday. Um, just being realistic with how my weekend's gonna go. Um, got a thermo exam next Wednesday. Um, so I don't know how behind I would be on this because that 11th day is a week after that. But I'm hoping I'll at least be able to get started on, writing the introduction or whatever pretty soon. And then kind of as I write those, Joelle said she would review my stuff if I needed it. So I'm planning on using that resource. And then also refining that Fold 3 guide, adding that little mini guide. And then I was wondering if I should add glycosylations. Probably be useful. But I just know that was another like guide that exists out there in the world of the Waldron Lab. So yeah, and then I have this little note about how subpar, I guess, my chems poster performance was. So this is kind of my first time going through the whole poster process, so I don't know how behind schedule I am. So yeah, that's what I got going on. Not a lot of, I guess, results, but at least I'm doing stuff. I got the whole GitHub thing up there, so pretty happy with this past 2 weeks. I mean, personally.